Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful afternoon. Today's video is going to be a little different. Today is going to be an anti-haul, but we are not just anti-hauling products today. No. We are anti-hauling entire companies. There's been a lot of different companies out there that have done some very shady stuff, and a lot of the time there are things I'm talking about in my videos, and when they do come up, I don't talk about the actual situation or the drama behind it because I am not a drama channel. I just like to call it as it is and as I see it, and as the research shows what actually happens between companies and their customers, or between company and company. There's just a lot of drama out there, and there's a lot of companies that I don't agree with a lot of their tactics, a lot of the things they've done to customers, and just so on and so forth. I've already made a video about Kylie Cosmetics and how I will not be buying anything from that company at all anymore, and if you have not seen that one, I will link it in the cards up here and link it in the description bar below. But at this point, I thought it would be something that is very beneficial to everyone to know who they are buying from, who they are supporting. Some of the stuff that I'm going to be talking about happened years and years and years ago. Other things have happened more recently. So I will be anti-hauling entire companies today. This is something I didn't want to do, but I've been requested to do it because people want to know my thoughts on certain brands, and I think it's important to know who you're supporting. Going to give you guys a small disclaimer before we start the video. This is my opinions. I do have the receipts and the proof down below in the description box if you want to look into these different companies further. This is just my opinion. We all have different opinions about different things. Some people can let some of this stuff go, others can't. This is just something that I wanted to bring to light, and we might have a difference on opinion. That is okay. And if you want to link it in the down bar below, that is completely fine, or leave a comment about certain companies that might have done you wrong or that you do not want to be supporting anymore. Again, you can put all the comments down below so we can start a discussion and be nice to each other. This is just my opinion again, so I just wanted to give you guys that disclosure before we get started. So I'm going to stop rambling and let's get into it. So the first company I'm going to be talking about today is this guy right here. This is a company that has been around quite a while now, but it has had their fair share of drama. I will not be purchasing anything from them. Even though Lime Crime's products are probably high quality, I have never bought from them because I did not start my YouTube channel until after the security breach that they did have in 2014-2015, where the site got hacked, and instead of telling everyone that their information had been hacked, the owner, Goodyear, I believe her name is, or that's her handle when she goes by, did not tell anyone for 3 months that all of her customer information had been hacked. And then she sent out an Instagram message stating that you can take your business elsewhere, I don't need your money, it's not my problem, essentially, is what the article said. Again, I will link everything down below. She did try to sabotage the launching of Sugar Pill, as well as being accused of charity fraud. She is not good news, and a lot of her customer service is not good news, and a lot of people's information got hacked. So with that being said, definitely not going to be purchasing from her, not going to be putting my money into that company. And it did happen quite a while ago, but I think it was 2015 is the last time that anybody really promoted anything from Lime Crime. All I'm saying is that you should know who you're investing your money into, and this person is just not a good person. If you're looking for more information about this particular situation and what happened with Lime Crime, the inspiration for this whole video actually came from a girl named Ashley Mayraga, and I'll link all her information down below for you, as well as her video on Lime Crime and some of the other companies we'll be talking about today. I'll link it down below so that you can watch that and subscribe to her. She's awesome and really funny. So I will go ahead and link that for you. The next company we're going to be speaking about is EBATES. Just recently launched it looks like a convection stovetop for depotting your eyeshadows. It was a huge deal that they had been working on this for quite a while, but it very similarly looks like a hot plate, essentially is what it is, but it is induction. So because of the price tag on this, everybody was up in arms about how much it costs, and the owner, I believe, of EBATES, or someone who works there, went to Twitter and just blew up the Twitter feed about how this is not a hot plate, how it is an induction, how you can kind of gauge the heat on this, and how important it is to own this particular product before you would go and use an oven or a flat iron to depot your eyeshadows. So it says that someone at Z Palette, we're not sure if it's the owner or someone who works there, went to Twitter and started clapping back, meaning that they were making sassy comments to a lot of the people who were talking about this particular depotter induction plate. There are a lot of videos of the actual owner of Z Palette in the very beginning of her company depotting with ovens and flat irons and things like that, so it's not like it's unheard of to actually do this. But she goes on to go on a Twitter rant about how if you're cheap then you're able to use a hot plate, or we don't want your business, and you know, just talking about people being cheap and not messing with them, and then trying to give a discount on this particular product to other people who are backing her or him, whoever is behind the keyboard. And at this point, it was bad. It was really bad. And all of the information and all the links and stuff will be down below for you if you'd like to see the video on that I found. It's kind of crazy because I did actually go through the Twitter feed before everything had been deleted, showing all of the tweets that had gone out from Z Palette. They did lose funding from, I believe, Ipsy or BoxyCharm, one of those that they were working with, as well as Makeup Geek, who was a huge pusher of Z Palette, especially for their single pan eyeshadows. They lost all funding from both those companies, and they have been losing a lot of support since then. I know Ulta still carries Z Palette, but I doubt that that will last much longer. It's been a whole mess of customers being abused essentially on Twitter by the person behind the keyboard from Z Palette, be it the owner or somebody who works there. It just was not a good situation. There was a lot of talking crap back and forth, and at this point, I will not put my money into them. The Z palettes I do have, I will eventually move into other palettes and get rid of my Z palettes altogether, because I do not want to promote them on my channel, period. And I don't believe in supporting somebody who would treat their customer base like that. There's just no reason for it, and for some reason it's like self-sabotage. Why would you ever want to talk to your customer base, the people who are going to be funding you and giving you support and buying your product, and you treat them terribly? I don't understand it. I don't know why anybody would ever do that. And I find that a lot of these companies have been doing that and pretty much abusing their customers, and I just won't put up with it. I will not buy Z Palette ever again. So the next one on the anti-haul list is Gerard Cosmetics. If you guys did not know about Gerard Cosmetics, obviously they haven't been around in quite a while. They haven't been pushed by a lot of beauty gurus in a very long time, ever since their drama happened, which I believe was in 2014, 2015 time. I will find out and put all the links down below. What happened essentially was that the owner of Gerard Cosmetics was being filmed by Manny MUA, which he tends to be in a lot of drama and then kind of gets out unscathed, because it really kind of pisses me off that he gets away with acting a certain way and doesn't get kind of called out. Anyways, what happened was he was filming on Snapchat, the owner of Gerard Cosmetics, watching a video on YouTube that Karina Kaboom had put out about a certain product and didn't like it and was trying to give it a fair shake, but the product did not perform for her, so she was essentially not happy with it. And the owner of Gerard Cosmetics on Snapchat said that she was the ugliest person she had ever seen in her life, and yeah. Once that got out, that was the beginning of the end for Gerard Cosmetics. All the beauty gurus that were backing it and had contracts with that company as affiliates then pulled out. Jaclyn Hill, I believe, was the first one. She lost a bunch of money because of it. The contract became null and void, and there was lawyers involved and all sorts of drama. I know that Jaclyn Hill had talked about it a little bit, but not too in depth. There was a bunch of other YouTubers that have pulled out as well. Gerard Cosmetics still does exist, but they do not promote through YouTube any longer that I know of. But yeah, so it's a mess. This is what is going on with Gerard Cosmetics. Wasn't too crazy about the products as they were, but I definitely do not support anybody who would talk about another person that way. That ugly behavior is awful and absolutely asinine. I definitely don't think it's worth putting my money into, and there's no way I would ever buy another product from them. The next one on the list is from Black Up. If you guys have never heard of this company, they do sell the products from this company at Sephora. This originally was a Black owned company and now it is not. I'm not 100% sure who is taken over, but what I do know is that the guy who started it essentially was stolen from him. The company was pretty much taken away from him, and it wasn't by any means of him just giving up rights to the actual company itself. It was literally stolen out from under him. It was very sad and very upsetting to hear that his business partner brought in other investors without talking to him first, and when that happened, they essentially demoted him to, I believe, a president, and then to an employee, and then eventually terminated him. So he does not own Black Up at all anymore. Sephora really hasn't talked about it, neither has anybody at Black Up, but the article that I did find is in the description box, and it's really kind of crazy what happened. I feel like if there is bad business practices, it pretty much shows how they're going to be treating their customers, and I don't foresee this being a good company to try to work with if you have an issue. I would never put my money into a company that would do that, and it's awful just because of the fact that it was stolen out from under him, unfortunately. Kimberly Clark talks about it just a little bit in one of her anti-hauls. I will link that down below for you as well. And then the last company I will not be buying from is this company right here, Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I'm sure you have heard about this company on and off for the last 3 years. There is so much drama and so much backlash from this company. I can't even begin to describe to you all of the racial insensitivities, the asinine behavior, the craziness, and all of the drama that has gone on. It is absolutely absurd to me. Kat Von D has severed all ties with Jeffree Star. A lot of the company's products are really wonderful, but again, I can find that in other products. I don't want to support this person, period. I don't believe that this person has a good attitude, and past behavior does dictate future behavior. Being someone who is on their high horse, thinking that they're better than everyone else because of the size of their bank account, does not show what kind of person they are inside, unfortunately. And Stephanie Nicole, I believe her name had a great video kind of going over everything. It's a very long video, but it's very, very detailed. I will link that down below for you because it is a must watch if you do not know anything about Jeffree Star or the cosmetic company. Everything is down below for you. She has all the receipts. She pretty much just drags him, essentially. But the thing is, he kind of did it to himself with all of the information out there in the internet. Once you delete it, does not mean it's actually deleted. It means that it is going to be there forever. Somebody has screenshotted it, I'm sure. And Jeffree Star just is not somebody that I want to ever give my money to. Have bought products from him previously and given them away because I refuse to be somebody who's going to support a person who is terrible to their customers, awful to people on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and whatever else, and just does not do a good job of self-promoting in a good light. I definitely refuse to buy from these 5 companies, and this is just my opinion, you guys, and all of the receipts and all the information is going to be in the description box with all the receipts and everything else. If you guys like these kinds of videos, please let me know in the description box below. I will be looking into a couple other companies. Too Faced has had some drama lately. I'm going to be looking into that a little bit more and kind of looking at some other things, kind of bits and pieces, and other little companies that I want to do some research on. So if you're interested, please give it a big thumbs up so that I know you want some more of this. If you're looking for a little bit more information on some of the companies that I talked about today, all of that will be in the description box. The receipts, all of the proof, everything will be down below. Please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications of upcoming videos. I guess that's the way that the algorithm is working now, because, you know, YouTube has been crazy lately. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.